Yeah, Garnacho and Maino enough to give Manchester United the FA Cup. Some great performances all over the pitch, in fairness, though. But the build-up to get to the game, well, not just the build-up, actually post-game, dominated by reports that Erik Ten Hag was still being sacked regardless of the outcome. The win gives him his second trophy in 2 seasons in charge, though. And he told talkSPORT after the game that he believes his plan is coming together.
I started here a project, and we are there where we want to be. But when the players are not available, we can't win. But in 2 seasons, we are in 3 finals. In 2 seasons, we win 2 cups. We were in the Champions League. Now we are going to the Europa League. But what you see is we're constructing a team with incredible good players, but we need more good players because still also we have weaknesses, and we have to make it that we also in the depth that we need players who help the team, and then you can only be consistent, and that is what we need.
Well, he's right in the sense of you look at the youth of some of the players, Garnacho and Højlund and Maino, and I think, Lisandro Martinez is only 26, Rashford's 26, Mason Mount 25, Dalot 25, so plenty you could be there for a long time to come. But Andy, I raise my eyebrows when he said, we are where we want to be. Seriously?
No, look, they've been, at times this season, they've been so poor and so far off it. And I mean, I recently at that Palace game, Jeff, I was lost for words almost, sitting there commentating that night in terms of how bad they were. And also the selections, really playing Casemiro as a centre-half who can't run. The things like that, I just were so basic, and I just felt that really what they did at the weekend was brilliant. I think your club will have already made their mind up they're going to move him on. I think it is the right thing to do. I don't think he's the long-term successor, or beg your pardon, the long-term man to bring success to back. Serious success in terms of the league back at Old Trafford. He's had a great day at the weekend, and I think it's a perfect opportunity for him to walk off, go and find himself another job. But I do honestly feel that at United they need more than what Erik Ten Hag's got.
Yeah, he divides opinion. I had Manchester United fans tweeting me last night and saying Manchester United fans want Ten Hag to stay, but former Premier League manager Alan Pardew. I'm not sure whether he's a fan of Ten Hag or not. He thinks that the treatment of the Dutchman borders on betrayal.
He's being undermined. It's obvious he's being undermined. You don't get that kind of coverage by the media unless there's somebody talking.
At the club, you mean?
From within.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, I've been involved in those situations. I've actually been on the other end of it. I've been in Ten Hag's position of that being happening to me.
What does that feel? What does that feel like?
Well, it feels like betrayal, of course, and it is a betrayal.
And I get that, Andy. You've been in the situation, I guess, as well. But you hear the stories, one name after another being considered as his successor makes life really difficult for Ten Hag.
It does make life difficult, and you don't know what's being said to him from within the club by the sounds of it, and by the way that he looked when he was asked these questions after the game at the weekend, Jeff. Clearly not a lot is being said to him. Yeah. I mean, the question was put to him, wasn't it, at the weekend? Have you spoke? What have the club said to you? And he's sort of saying, I don't know. Which, again, I can only imagine that over the next few days, United are going to make that change. I think we've all expected the change when Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Sir Dave Brailsford came in. They're going to make changes. They're going to want to shape things and do things differently. And I think it's been on the cards for a while. The result of the weekend was brilliant for Erik Ten Hag because clearly he's a talented coach. Clearly he is, but I just don't feel he's the man to get United right back into the thick of things next season. I just don't. Who that man is, Jeff? Listen, again, that's a very, very good question. But I just don't really. I've watched United so many times this season, and I've come away being underwhelmed by what I'm seeing in terms of a shape of the team, of a way that United are going about it. And I've never really been totally convinced by what I've seen. But at the weekend, for setting your team up in a one-off cup final, he did it brilliantly.
Yeah, and deserves the credit for that is for sure. United fans, let's hear from you. Has winning the FA Cup changed your mind on whether you want to keep Erik ten Hag, or do you still want him out? 03717 223344. Give us a call. You can text us on 81089. Disappointing day for Manchester City. They still had their victory parade, having won the Premier League, of course, but a bit of a damp squib, I would imagine, after what happened at Wembley on Saturday.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.